Okay, so I'm going to make a quick video for SEO for startups. The biggest issue I think a lot of times people have is where do I start? How do I make my website? What content do I produce? So I'm going to tell you the things I think are the 80/20, the things that I would recommend all my clients to do, and I think have the biggest impact originally. So I'll give you an example of my site. I've worked with tons of clients, US, they do e-commerce, they do B2B, they do local, and these things work. So the first thing you have to think about is that if you want Google or any search engine to send you traffic, you have to be trustworthy. And how does a trustworthy site, how does a trustworthy brand, what does it look like, right? So I think the simplest things are these social media profiles. When you have a physical address, you have a social media profile, you have a LinkedIn, you have X, YouTube, Reddit, you have email, that shows you're legit a business, right? So that's the first thing I would recommend. First, just make your social profiles, fill them out with a few posts, put some images in them, and that's the first place. If you have an address, you have a phone number, that's even better, right? These are all things a legitimate business does, and Google's not going to send you traffic unless you have those things, right? So a phone number, a physical address, your social media profiles, filled out with your name, and ideally you want to be consistent, right? So for me, I'm putting that I'm an SEO consultant in Israel. I'm targeting the whole world, right? And this kind of explanation needs to be consistent throughout all your social media profiles and everything else. So what that means is search engines are gonna look at your profile. They're gonna look at your name, your entity, in different places, and they're gonna see, is it consistent. So if you're always saying you're a SEO consultant, or if you're always saying that I work with this group of people, um, that strengthens Google's belief in you, that you're legitimate, and they're more likely to send you traffic based on that niche. Now remember, when you're doing this, it's very worthwhile to think to put some thought into this, right? Like for me, let's say for my example, SEO consultant in Israel. There's a gazillion SEO companies in Israel. There's SEO B2B. There's tons of people. So what I thought about is that but there's not too many consultants that say that they focus on America and the US. So that's why when I was putting together my profile, my footer, my social media profiles, I thought about that. I said I want to be my niche to be that, and so that's how I made my site. And that's how I would suggest anyone starting off. Go through your social media profile, think about your persona, your brand, make it consistent, put a physical name and address, and I think that's the foundation. And next videos I can talk about the type of content you could produce, the type of site, but that's really just the bare bones of it.